In functional capacity evaluations, you cannot rely on subjective guesses. You need objective data to determine exactly what a client can safely lift in a work environment. The progressive lift test serves as your anchor measure to solve this problem. It converts a client's physical effort into a concrete, legally defensible number. To run this test, you need a specific set of tools: a telescoping ladder, metrics testing shelves, a standard lift crate, a supply of weights, a heart rate monitor, and copies of the Borg rating of perceived exertion and pain charts. Mastering this specific protocol allows you to take raw clinical observations and calculate a verified safe working load for your client. Step 1. Configuring the lifting station. Secure the 2 gray metric shelves to the ladder, positioning one at waist level and another at shoulder height. Next, inform the client of the process and the safety stops. This is a progressive floor-to-waist lift test. You will start with a light weight, and I will gradually add weight until you reach your maximum. You may stop the test at any time. I will stop the test if your heart rate becomes too high, or if I determine it is unsafe to continue. Before adding any weight, observe the client perform one uninstructed floor-to-waist lift using the empty box. Watch their mechanics closely. If they use poor form, intervene immediately. Demonstrate how to keep a neutral spine, flex at the knees and hips, and hold the load close to the body. The official testing phase cannot begin until the client successfully completes one empty repetition using corrected, safe mechanics. Enforcing this mechanical baseline ensures you do not load heavy weight onto an unstable and dangerous physical foundation. This diagram shows the core loading loop, visualized as a staircase. After every rep, record heart rate and perceived exertion, then ask if they can try a little more weight. If they agree, increase the weight in strict 5 to 10 pound increments. A client may decline adding more weight early. When this happens, use the standardized re-engagement prompt. Before we end this test, I want to let you know that your lift style looked safe. Based on my observation, would you like to continue? This prompt distinguishes between a client who is simply nervous and one who has reached their true physiological limit. Managing both the physical weight adjustments and the client's psychological hurdles keeps the progression accurate and safe. 3 exit tunnels represent valid endpoints. Stop for psychophysical reasons if the client reports pain, or cardiorespiratory if heart rate reaches 85%. As evaluator, terminate for any biomechanical breakdown. Finally, calculate the safe working load by adjusting the maximum weight for limitations and effort. The math gives you a baseline, but the final output relies on the clinical override. If professional observations of movement quality and symptom behavior suggest the output is unsafe, modify the final number. The calculated weight requires strict clinical judgment to ensure maximum safety for the client. That final validated number is recorded as the occasional safe max. It represents the weight a client can lift for 1 to 2.5 hours per day. You do not need to subject the client to separate testing for frequent or constant workloads.
This chart shows how to estimate the remaining capacities using standard scaling formulas. Frequent lifting capacity is recorded at 50% of the occasional weight, and constant is recorded at 20% of the occasional weight. These estimates are based on the occasional, frequent, and constant relationships from the physical demand characteristics of work.
By adhering to the progressive lift test protocol, you move from observing a single baseline repetition to delivering a reliable, quantified, safe working load.